Hey, good morning, friends. Well, we finally made it to that time of the year. It's October in North Carolina. I love the fall, and couldn't be a better place to be right now in the mountains. It's just starting to get cool, but we hadn't had any cold fronts here come through in North Carolina. So all the leaves are still on the trees. They're just now starting to drop. Actually, I'm a little ahead of the peak change in the leaves, but I think over the next 5 days, we're going to see them change. So if you like fall fly fishing, we're going to see it over the next 4 days. So I'm out in the Smoky Mountains. Actually, I came in yesterday. I took the 5+ hour drive from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and drove into a new trailhead, new creek. All where I'm at right now is completely new. Hiked in 5.9 miles, a little further than I thought. Of course, you know, it's a roughed out map down the trail. As I kept hiking, I thought it was like 5.1, 5.2. Well, it ended up being 5.9 miles. And from about mile 3 on in, that's when the climb really started. So yeah, I was happy to get here. It took about 2.5 hours to hike that in. And so yeah, I was pretty beat yesterday. I did get an hour and a half fishing in just right here at the creek. But you know, didn't get anything. But yeah, once I got everything set up, and yeah, it was just nice to wet a line and see what might be in the water. I did see a number of trout there in the water, and but right here by the camp. But you know, probably about 6:30, but couldn't land them. So anyway, this is going to be a long trip. Actually, we are 2 nights here in the Smokies, and then I'm going to pack it up, hike out of here, and I'm going to drive further west in North Carolina, move to the Nantahala, be very close to the Tennessee border, and going to hike in and chase some native brookies. I'm actually going back to a creek that I've actually been in 2 other adventures y'all have seen this year. My buddy Mike's going to meet me at the campsite, so I'll fish for pretty much half a day and then a full day. He's going to meet up, and we're going to fish together for a day or two, and then I think he might stay another day or two out there by himself. So anyway, what's going to be cool is I think over the next 5 days, we're going to see the leaves really change. I think I can actually tell between yesterday and today, there's more yellow on some of the trees. When I look up at some of the birch and some of the elm, I can see more yellow right here at the campsite. So that's typically what I see. Probably the leaves will start falling on the water on the last day. But yeah, fly fishing when you're out in the fall can be a little bit of a challenge when those leaves are falling. So I typically like to get just as they're starting to fall in the peak color, and then right on the back end where most of them have fallen, you might still have some leaves on the trees, but we'll see how that goes. The creek that I'm fishing on here in the Smokies, as I got up to this higher elevation, it got a little skinny. They do have some good plunge pools and so forth, but I'm actually going to hike down a couple of miles and get where it's a little bit bigger, and then fish up for the day. So, and water looked really good. I guess about the 2.5 mile. I really liked what it looked like, and then it got to where it's kind of hard to get in. So I'll get to where I can get in, and then just fish all the way up. And then, you know, as I got higher elevation, you know, certainly it was easier to get out and so forth. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I thought I'd make a little pit stop on the hike back downstream. too good of a little pool below this cool bridge to fish here. See if I can make this first cast count. A little yellow chubby with a rainbow warrior jig. Finished off with that last night. Oh, yep, good sign. Second cast, I like that. He hit the top. Probably won't get another shot at him. Oh, there we go. Wow. He hit the jig that time. Love these Smoky Mountain bridges. So cool. You can see the leaves starting to drop. You got a breeze going, so man, they have picked up steam. Now, I wasn't seeing this around the campsite last night, and you can see the golden up top with the sun hitting it. Yeah, look at that. That might make it a little challenge on the water today, but that's all right. Great place to be right now. It's nice and cool, fresh, low humidity out here. All right, so I hiked down 3.2 miles and then got in the creek and found a section where the creek where it had a lot of good banks, so I was able to then hike down the creek without disturbing any of the water, probably a quarter of a mile. And so I'm gonna start fishing up and then just keep going. One of the things I discovered, I hit this little pool here at the front of it with my dry dropper again, and I hit another couple pools early, when I first got in. The weighted nymp's not gonna work. I mean, it just keeps hitting leaves and leaves. I mean, I might go back to it later but it just hits leaves. The leaves aren't catching on it, but it's just hitting it and just pulling the dropper under constantly. So I'm gonna go with just put a Royal Wolf on here. I hadn't fished a Royal Wolf much in the last year, but I always loved fishing it. But I got a Royal Wolf I can see really well with a no weight, no flash waltz worm. I'm gonna try the unweighted fly a little bit, maybe try some wet flies, see if that does better and doesn't catch on the leaves as much. If that's still a problem, it's just gonna be dry flies all the way. And yeah, because there's hardly any leaves on the top of the water. It's just they're down below and just right underneath the surface. So we'll see how that goes. It's no big deal. I love to fish dries. I've been watching this pool. Hadn't seen anything rise in here, but yeah, let's just see. It's what happens. It's about noon, and first time been to this creek, so you don't find much about it on the internet, and I'm certainly not going to name it. Maybe it is really good. So we'll find out. There we go. Oh, all right. I think he may have actually hit the Royal Wolf. It was hard to tell. The hook set felt like the waltz worm. I mean, it's kind of on top of the water too, just barely underneath. I may not get him again. I think I stuck him pretty good. All right, we're moving up a little bit now. Oh, I saw one swipe at the nymph underneath. Oh, don't know if he liked it or not. There he goes. There we go. He came right back. Sweet. If I can get him landed. Oh, he went at it and missed it, and I got him false hooked right in the back of the tail. That was sweet though. Wet the hand. Oh, good little rainbow. Whew. Come on, buddy. Come on. Decent sized little rainbow, probably about 7 inches. Hey, let's get him back in the water there. There we go. Boy, water's good and cold. That was sweet. I saw him take one strike at it. He missed the nymph, throw it right back, and then boom, he came back and hit that nymph, and came out, and he caught on the back of his, I guess it's his dorsal fin. So nice. All right. Let's see if we can do that again. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. That wasn't nice. Oh, that was quick. You might like this waltz worm. There's another one. Oh, God, he was looking at the royal wolf. Oh, that was sweet. I love that. See the fish coming up. That was awesome. He was right there. He probably saw me. Here we go. What do we have here? Oh, let me get that hand wet. A little bitty bite-sized bow. All right, let's get him in the water. That was quick. There we go. Well, that is 2 on the waltz worm. Couple swipes at the royal wolf, but there we go. Nice. Another little bow. He is spunky. Threw the royal wolf out. There we go. Oh, that was a decent fish there. I think he went downstream. Let's see if he's down there. That's a decent bow there. I could see the big pink. See the big pink stripe. There we go. Little bitty guy. Little bitty guy. Let's see. Another little boat. There we go. On the waltz worm again. All right, I took a little bit of a break, ate a Cliff Bar, and just took a load off the feet. I just changed up to a thunderhead, all right, and a zug bug. Got a little peacock curl, a little wing casing. Now, I tied the thunderheads. I tied up the thunderhead, but I didn't tie up the zug bug. Back in the day, before I tied flies, I used to use these in delayed harvest, hatchery supported waters before I started venturing out. They worked really well. And then I bought a whole bunch of them, but I haven't used them in years. But I'm gonna try it out. Another little wet fly, see how they work out here in the Smokies. I know the thunderhead works really well, so I'm gonna give it a shot. It's a good pool right here. I'm gonna make my way on up, fish for another hour, and then we're gonna have a little streamside lunch out here. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, boy, he came up like a torpedo. Nice. Little guy, but I guess he wasn't too small because I saw him come up from the bottom. Let's see if he's come back for some more. I don't think I stuck him. I think he just missed it. He might come back. There we go. Let's see, is it another bow? I think so, yep. Little guy. Very little guy. He took the zug bug. I think he just threw it out. Come on. Yep, there he goes. I stepped a little too hard and just spooked a really nice fish right where I just cast. I'd probably have a shot at him if I didn't step so hard. He heard the sound. It's not natural. He may have hung around, but he bolted into that current, looked like. Highly unlikely. He's still there. Well, it's been a slow day fishing, but a slow day fishing out in this beautiful place, certainly not a bad thing. Been moving along pretty fast, and it's just been slow. Don't know why. Change of seasons. There's been not many bugs rising up off the water or anything like that. And every now and then you can see some little bitty, very small bugs, but yeah, it's just how it goes. So I'm after I eat lunch here, I'm gonna keep going upstream here, and yeah, getting back out, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. I'll probably fish another 2 to 3 hours, but it gets gorge like, you know, at least from where the trailhead is. So I may have to come back this way. That's never the best. You always want to be able to get up because I need to keep going that way. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, beautiful stream. Yeah, just been slow. I'm hoping to catch a wild brown out here, but no luck so far. I just had one nice fish. I couldn't quite get to the net, and it was a decent sized rainbow. But you know, the rest of them, just little bitty ones, anywhere from, I don't know, 4 to 7 inches. That's been it. But still, that's a lot of fun. You know, that's what most of you are going to do out here in the Smokies. But you certainly will land you a nice bow, a nice brown here and there. So anyway, let's eat some lunch and just chill for a bit. Well, sitting here eating, there's a nice pool over here in front of me, and I've seen some bugs rising out of the water, some really small caddis, some of them a little bit bigger. So maybe there's a hatch crew in here, and maybe a little better luck on the way up the creek. So that's really the first time I've seen that today. So, finish off a little chicken coconut curry, one of my favorite peak refuel meals. Really, really filling. It's a lot of food too. There we go. Little bitty guy. Boy, he's dark. Man. He is a dark little guy. All right, go back to get bigger. There we go. Oh, God. Little nicer fish there. Doubt it if he's going to come back. There we go. Pretty pink stripe on that bow. A little bit bigger, maybe about 8 inches. There we go. Damn. How didn't he take that? God. I think he just missed it. It's a pretty decent fish. Here we go. Another little bow. Another little bow on thunderhead. So good day on the water. I logged 8.1 miles. So I hiked down almost 3 miles. Then I had to hike back for 3 miles. But the fishing on the creek was approximately 2 miles. So yeah, I was happy with the day on the water. It started out really slow, and not much action, a fish here and there, a few hits. And then I got into a section to where the only really way to easily get in is where I started, and where the trail is, level with the creek. And yeah, so that was, that was probably 2 hours of fishing, and it was very productive. Yeah, almost every hole I got to, I landed a fish, and or if I didn't, had some good strikes and stuff like that. But yeah, really happy with the way the day ended up. I was a little discouraged, and at first, but yeah, that one section that I got to, and hiking back, I think if I come back here, I'll actually go to that same spot, get in the creek, and just go, because I think probably fishing up 1.5 to 2 miles. You just keep going, and eventually you come to a bridge that crosses the creek, so you can certainly get out there. But there's some spots that were very similar to where I ended up getting out, that if you wanted to, you can get up on the bank, and it's kind of a flat valley there. You had the creek, it comes flat, and it gets really steep. So it looks like you can just hike along in through the woods there. It's pretty open there, and then eventually be able to get out. So, yeah, so good fire going. You can't beat having that little saw. I've got some, been able to push over a couple of these fir trees that were rotten. One of them pushed it over, couldn't get it out of the root base, just cut it off. So yeah, got some good firewood. And funny, there's a piece of split wood here. So I don't know if it could have been somebody with a horse. You can have horses on this trail in the Smokies. If they brought an axe and there was some wood that the Forestry Service cut here and then split it out here, or did they bring it in? I have no idea. But I just threw that on here, and yeah, I've got tons of firewood. So good fire last night, and yeah, great fire tonight. So one of the things I love, bringing that little saw out here. It's worth the the 3 pounds. So. But anyway, hey, if you're still with me on this adventure, stick with me. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up, pack up, hike out of here, go back to the Jeep, reload on some food and stuff, drive about hour and a half at the most further west, gonna park and hike back in for 2 days. And yeah, looking forward to that. Be at a little higher altitude, so hopefully I'll see the more colors changing on the trees. So anyway, we'll touch base tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Hey, good morning. So get everything packed up here and get on out of here in the next half hour. So got up this morning with the alarm, packed up most of the inside content of the tent that is, and then having a cup of coffee so can get out of here and go to the second leg of this trip. So Remember, I'm headed to further western North Carolina. I'm in the Smokies for this first portion of the trip, and I'm going to the Nantahala National Forest, very close to the Tennessee border. So been there before. Actually made 2 trips there earlier this year, and hopefully if you've seen those trips, they were great trips. A lot of native North Carolina brookies in the net. So, but yeah, last night woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and man, the moon was completely full, but there was clouds over it a little bit. So I think it lit up the whole forest more than it did the other night. It was amazing. The picture of it is, you take a picture of it with my phone, and it's completely bright. It almost doesn't, it's so bright, it's like a big blur. But during that, while I was out, a white-tailed deer was in the campsite. So I've been out here so many times now over the years. I never see a lot of wildlife. A couple times I've seen some white-tailed deer hiking in, jumped them up, but that's the first time an animal that I've seen getting up in the middle of the night or sitting around the campfire or getting up early in the morning. It's really amazing. You figure you're out in the middle of the forest. You know, in this case, I'm almost 6 miles out from the trailhead, and yeah, actually the first time I've seen something actually come through the campsite when I'm awake or when I'm here. I'm sure plenty of times, you know, when I'm out fishing or sleeping in the middle of the night, but yeah, she, you know, with my headlamp on, she pretty much kind of stayed put there. She was pretty close, and but as I moved around, she spooked away. So, but anyway, let me show you the creek here. I actually never showed the whole campsite here. So it's really a nice campsite back here in the Smokies. You know, I set the tent up here. I mean, it's really large. It's cleared out, you know, pretty well. I mean, it's set for, I don't know, 12 is the occupancy, I think. So you can see it. There's plenty of room to put people. A lot of number of bare cables, but this is what's always so nice. You know, you got to have a campsite by the creek. That's for sure. But, so this is the creek that I've been fishing, that I fished, you know, all day yesterday. But, you know, we're, like I said, I hiked up 5.9 miles to be exact on Saturday morning, and, you know, really started coming up in elevation. But, you know, you can see it gets pretty skinny up here. So that pool was holding 2 or 3 trout on Saturday. Saturday late, tried to get them to bite on a couple things, but I just couldn't. But I fished up about 50 yards on Saturday, came up through here, and yeah, really nice spot here at the creek. Hear it all through the night, that's for sure. So. All right, so we're going to get packed up, get hiked out of here, and we'll touch base when I get to the next destination. The Smokies were just the beginning. After 2 nights in the backcountry, I packed up camp and headed deeper into western North Carolina, leaving one wilderness behind for another. The Nantahala National Forest was next. More miles, more water, and wild native brook trout waiting somewhere upstream. Look at the spots on that baby. That's what we come here for. Well, I got everything packed up and getting out of here. You know, a lot of times when I'm packing up, I'm like, just a little sad that the trip's over with. But that did come into my mind, but I was like, it was an excitement because I'm headed to the next destination, gonna get hiked out of here and get to that next destination. So we'll touch base later. Well, hey, good evening, friends. So welcome to the second leg of my trip. I left the campsite this morning in the Smoky Mountains, hiked 5.9 miles back to the Jeep, drove an hour further west in North Carolina, close to the Tennessee border, hiked in 4.25 miles, and here I am at my new campsite, safe and sound. So yeah, got some firewood, got everything set up. Was going to fish for an hour, but I was like, you know what? Put some miles on my feet today, so I'm just gonna chill and around the camp here. Ate some dinner already, so just enjoying the weather out here. And the moon just peeked up over the mountains this way, so I'm going to show you that in a minute. It is lighting up the forest. It's going to be a crystal clear night. It's supposed to be a perfect day tomorrow. Maybe some clouds moving in overnight tomorrow night, but tomorrow's going to be should be a good fishing day, and so forth. So this leg of the trip, my buddy Mike is joining me. He is leaving the Raleigh area tomorrow morning around 4 or 5 a.m. Going to drive out here and going to either meet me at the campsite here or meet me on the water somewhere. So he's got a Garmin as well, so he'll drop me a message when he leaves the house, and then drop me a message when he gets to the trailhead, and we'll meet up sometime. So cool to have some company to wrap up this trip. I'm going to head out Wednesday. I'm actually not going home. I'm going to go to Columbus, Georgia, to my parents' house, and I'm going to stay at their house from Wednesday to Friday. Visit with them, hang out with them. My sister and her husband and kids live a mile from there, so I'm just going to visit and catch up with them, and then drive back to Chapel Hill on Sunday. So, but anyway, hope you stick with us on this second leg of the trip, and we're going to be chasing all native North Carolina brookies. We've both been to this creek before, and we know the water, so right behind the campsite right there, I'll be jumping in tomorrow and go chase the brookies, and then meet up with Mike later in the day. So hope you stick with me on this leg of the trip, and you see how this adventure wraps up. Take care, and we'll talk tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, let me see if this will come out, this moon here that's coming up. I don't know if that's going to come out, but that sucker is bright. It is a full moon, so pretty cool stuff. Well, hey, good morning. Well, I got a surprise about midnight last night. It started raining, and it woke me up. I fell asleep probably 11ish, I guess, and I had the rain fly open, and because there was such a gorgeous moon, and I hear this noise. I thought it was leaves, maybe wind was blowing, but no, it was raining, and it had been raining lightly for quite a bit, and the inside of my tent there was actually had a little layer of moisture there. So I'm glad it woke me up before it got too heavy. So anyway, I had to zip that up, and yeah, I would say I don't know how long, but it got a little harder. It was really just a heavy drizzle. Who knows how long, but pretty decent rain, but not too bad. My fire pit here is, it was good and hot, so you can see it's kind of dusty here, but yeah, it did get everything all wet. But I checked the rain forecast and on my Garmin, and it has kind of pulled the rain up. So it's showing, the hour by hour is showing 70% at about 10. It's about 8:45 right now, so I'm getting ready to hit the water here. And then it shows quickly staggering off to 0% in the early afternoon. So yeah, so it's moved itself up. Tomorrow shows 0% chance of rain. So that's great for Mike, because he's going to stay a day or two longer. So that actually works out great for him. Still great for me. Should be able to get a full day of fishing in today. A little, who knows? Short rain, maybe, no big deal. But because of that rain coming here this morning for the first few hours, I got all suited up in the backcountry skins. I brought those, didn't need the waders. And I mean, the main reason I brought these, certainly a lot lighter than packing in the waders, that I knew there was a potential chance of rain. Could probably wet wade even in the rain, but if it's an extended period of rain, you'll just get, you'll end up getting chilly. So this will just lock all the heat in, and I'll be nice and toasty. So, but yeah, so Mike sent me a message, and he actually left his house at 3. I thought he said 3:20 a.m. this morning. So, it is a far trek from where we live back in the Raleigh area. So, he's hoping he gets to the campsite somewhere around 11, I guess, something like that. So we'll probably meet up probably about 1. I'll give him a chance to get things caught up. I'll hike back over here, eat some lunch, and then we'll go back out to fish again. So, but anyway, I'll touch base on the water here. Hopefully pretty soon. Bringing in some native brookies. We'll see if this weather here is going to affect how the fish come up for some food today. So anyway, check back in later. That's what we come here for. Caught him on the Prince Nymph wet fly. No bead head. Beauty little guy. All right. One in the net. So that was really great. This is right behind the campsite. Just came on out, 3 or 4 casts, and landed that beauty. I'm going to cross here, but there's some great pools here. So no need not fishing these great pools. Caught that first one right in that little run there. So I'm going to move on up, and then I'm crossing, going to hike down a good bit to a spot I haven't been in the water here in this creek yet. So I'm going to fish that, see how those runs look and everything. And then meet up with Mike later. And I'm going to take Mike into a spot I fished last time that was just killer. We'll let him take the lead on that, and I'll kind of follow him along. There we go. Oh yeah, feels like a pretty decent one. Hey, That wet fly tucked right up under. That wet fly tucked right up under that rock, and he came out of there to get it. He's not as colored up, but still decent size. That's about 7 inches, I guess, 8 inches. All right, let's get him back in the water. Well, so far, it doesn't seem like the weather... well, come on, buddy. So far, it doesn't seem like the weather has hurt him. That's two pretty quick takes and land. So, all right, let's cross and let's get on up. There we go. Boy, he jumped up and got that wet fly. Decent size. All right, colored up too, boy. Whoa, he's a beauty. Look at that. All right, settle down, buddy. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. Oh yeah, nice one. That's about 9-10 inches there. That's a beauty. Wow. All right, let's get that fly out of there. Come on, throw it out of there. For those that are watching that's still learning to fly fish, you know, a lot of times it's just a matter of running the fly in front of the fish. So all these little runs in here, just keep hitting each little seam, 2 to 3 inches over, back and forth, running it through shorter, longer, until you feel that you've kind of hit it off. And if nothing strikes, yeah, there's nothing in there feeding, or they're full. But don't give up on a spot until you hit every little spot. Because sometimes it's just a matter of putting it in front of their face, especially if they're feeding. There we go. Little bitty guy hiding down in there. Little bitty guy. There we go. Little fella. There we go. I was hoping he would just throw it out of there. He did. Like this, getting a little bit more movement in the water. I'm not a big fan of the still pools. There we go. There's the net. Beautiful little brookie. Get him back in the water. He got those dry fly that time. Oh, I couldn't see the fly because I had one. Another little guy. Go. There we go. He caught. Wet fly. He's got some beautiful spots. Doesn't have all the orange, but man, look at those spots. I think he threw that one out. There we go. Another little guy. He's a little guy. He got a little color in him. I think I got one. Oh yeah, it disappeared on me. Pretty decent. That might be the biggest one of the day. Come on. Yeah, a good sized brookie there. Yeah, biggest one of the day there. Not colored up, but hey, he's still a pretty. Yeah, it's probably close to 10 inches. Yeah, nice. There we go. Really like this wet fly Prince Sniff. Little guy. Oop. There we go. Cool little grab on the dry. There we go. Never know when those little guys are hiding out. Little guy, maybe 5-6 inches. Let's get him back in the water. Here we go. Nice. Nice. Good size brookie there. Come on, buddy. Come on. There we go. Good purplish red spots. This is not the biggest one I caught, but it is probably the most beautiful. Look at the spots on that baby. Back in the water. Get a little bigger. Is that a hammock I see? Oh, there we go. Oh, you brought the bear dogs. Hey, guys. I've been hearing them.
They latched on to me like a best friend.
Well, I was hearing them last night running.
Oh, yeah?
Good to see you, man.
Were they with someone at that time?
Good to see you, man.
Oh, great to be here.
Awesome.
Although I will tell you this. The next time you say you want to go another 1.5 miles in, I'm going to break your legs.
Okay. That last 1.5 miles.
I made it to the old campsite in less than an hour.
Yeah.
To make it from there to here took me another 1 hour and 10 minutes.
It
was hard.
Yeah, with the gear on, it's a little bit hard. You got to stop a few times.
Yeah, I stopped. I didn't know how close the campsite was.
Yeah.
I did the stream crossing.
Yeah.
And there's that log down.
Yeah.
I just parked it. I was there for 10 minutes. caught my breath, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go. And I remember you said it was like a football field, and it wasn't even. I was like, oh man, but we're here.
All right. Well, hey,
How's the
I
fishing?
saved a spot for you that I fished last time. I didn't touch it.
How is it? Is it good? Because the water's low.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's pretty good.
Okay.
I don't really count, but 15, 20 in
In a couple hours?
3 hours, I think. So, all right.
You're the bomb diggity.
Hey, good morning. Well, yesterday the rain came. Shortly after you saw Mike casting out there, we probably had another 30 minutes to 45 minutes of some decent fishing. That is, before the rain got really, really heavy. So Mike was able to land him a really nice brookie, pretty quick, I don't know, second or third cast. And then he put another 4 in the net right as it was starting to rain in one spot. So my main goal yesterday was to put him on some fish. You know, I had such a great morning. I didn't want to, you know, we didn't know what was going to happen with the weather. And sure enough, glad I was able to get him on a little fish. But we had to come back to the campsite because it just got too heavy. And we stopped about 5 and went back to the campsite. It continued to rain, geez, to 7-ish, I guess. But you know, I had the tarp set up, so we hung out underneath that tarp, ate some dinner. You know, we had a few cold beers in the creek and so forth, but no funny fishing stories or anything for this trip. Mike and I hadn't been out and hadn't had a chance to really visit much since our May trip, so we've both been on family vacations and stuff like that. So we just visited, you know, life and catch up on vacations and how our golf games are and all that other kind of stuff. So, but anyway, he is going to stay the rest of the day and overnight, and I think he's going to have a great day. The rain was light, but it did rain. God, probably 4 or 5 hours. It didn't blow the creek out at all. The creek looks just really, really great today. Clear water, but at a little higher level. So I think that's going to actually improve the fishing because it is a little low. This makes almost every run everywhere fishable. So I think he's going to do real good today. And but I'm hiking out. I'm about halfway out. And so this leg of this trip is over with. Remember, first portion was Smoky Mountains by myself. Out here one night, and Mike joined me up yesterday. And so wrapping it up here. So gonna hike on out. So if you stayed with me this long, thanks so much. And if you're a new watcher, please subscribe. I'll keep bringing these adventures along. And mostly in North Carolina, all in the mountains of North Carolina. But, you know, a few trips out west probably in the mountains over time. But again, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Until the next adventure, take care.